Clifford the Big Red Dog. No Dogs Allowed. Adapted by Josephine Page, illustrated by Marderosian Studios. Copyright 2001 Scholastic Entertainment Incorporated. Mr. Bleakman was happy as could be, as he sat in the park on a bench by a tree. The flowers were blooming, the birds were in flight, but the best thing of all, no dogs were in sight. He did not like dogs, and he never could hide it. He did not like dogs, and he never denied it. Mr. Bleakman was happy as happy could be, as he sat in the park, when whom should he see but the biggest red dog? He was shaking the tree. Said Bleakman, "Stop making these leaves rain on me." He didn't like dogs. He never could hide it. He didn't like Clifford, and never denied it. Mr. Bleakman was angry. Bleakman was mad. But Clifford felt sorry. Clifford was sad. That's when Clifford gave Bleakman a lick on the cheek to make him feel better. But Bleakman felt wetter and madder than ever. He said to the red dog, "Your lick makes me sick. Shoo, go away. You are ruining my day." Mr. Bleakman was happy as happy could be, when a rare island budgie flew into the tree. Such a marvelous bird, so pretty and rare. He tried to get closer, as close as he dared. Mr. Bleakman loved birds. He could watch them all day. He prayed that this birdie would not fly away. Mr. Bleakman was happy as happy could be, when who should come running right under the tree? Not one dog, not two dogs, no, not even three, but 4 pesky dogs, making noises galore. They were playing a game of 4-dog tug-of-war. Barking and growling as doggies will do, they started the budgie, and off the bird flew. Bleakman didn't like dogs. He never could hide it. He didn't like dogs. He never denied it. He said, "That's enough. It's time to get tough." Out from the grass, he pulled up a sign. He wiped off the dirt. He pulled off the vine. He hollered and yelled. He attracted a crowd and read them the sign. It said, "No dogs allowed." The people forgot what they all knew was true. No dogs were allowed, so what could they do? The sun was still shining. It wasn't yet dark, but the dogs and their friends were leaving the park. The very next day, they all stayed away. Mr. Bleakman was happy as happy could be, as he sat in the park on a bench by the tree. It was peaceful and quiet. There wasn't a sound, not a dog, not a child, not a grown-up around. So peaceful and quiet, with no one in sight, Bleakman said, "This is boring. This couldn't be right." He looked at the sign and said, "That's the last straw. No dogs are allowed. We must change the law." So he called an election. That's what he did, and everyone voted, each grown-up and kid. "The votes are all in," Bleakman spoke to the crowd. He said to his neighbors, Now dogs are allowed. So come on in, and all. Please come, yes you may. Come to the park. You must come right away. To play with your friends, to laugh and to bark, to run and to have fun. It's everyone's park." Mr. Bleakman was happy as happy can be, and he sits in the park on a bench by a tree. The flowers are blooming, the birds are in flight, and grown-ups and children and dogs are in sight. Mr. Bleakman likes dogs. Now that he's tried it, Bleakman likes dogs. He never can hide it.